Hello there! For those of you who didn't watch my introduction video, I am Baron Bones, and for the next 2 months, I have control from the archive. And that name doesn't really fit for what I intend to do, so I will instead be calling it From the Crypts. During these next 2 months, I intend to look at everything horror, terrifying, and anything that goes bump in the night. And what better way to start than by looking at Alien? For those of you not in the know, Alien is a science fiction horror movie directed by Ridley Scott and written by Dan O'Brien and Ronald Shusett. It was released back in May 1979 and was a huge success at the box office, making $184 million on a budget of only $11 million. And the critics also loved it. The film won an Oscar for its art direction, and famed critic Roger Ebert gave it a great movie rating, which was a rare thing for him to do. So, how does this science fiction horror classic measure up today? Well, let's dive in. So, Alien is the story of the crew of Nostromo, who are awakened by their robotic artificial intelligence computer called Mother to respond to a transmission that she picked up. The crew land, and some of the crew go to investigate. They find a derelict spacecraft, and in it, one of the crew gets attacked by an alien organism which attaches to his face. Kane seemingly awakens unharmed, but later he starts to convulse, and a monstrous alien creature bursts from his chest and quickly goes about killing the crew one by one. Who will survive? Well, this movie's been out since the 1970s, so most of you know the answer to that question. Alien is a simple setup. We have a crew, we have a monster, we have a ship which the crew cannot escape. Now, they have to find a way to deal with this monster, or it will kill all of them. So, what makes this movie work so well with such a simple concept? Well, quite simply, great pacing. A good film needs to have a good pacing and a good idea of what it's trying to accomplish. This film manages to build tension around every corner, as you really don't know when this thing is going to strike and kill someone, and you really don't know what to expect from it. You are always waiting patiently and wondering what could happen next. It's quite a suspenseful ride, really. My only issue with the story is that some of the dialogue between the characters feels a little off at times. But to be honest, that didn't bother me too much. The characters are all written wonderfully, and you really believe that they're real people. Each of them have their own unique individual personalities, and though we're not told this directly what they are like, we get subtle hints of their true nature. It is quite a wonderful thing to see, and the performances make this even more wonderful, as every actor puts on a wonderful show for us. Now, we all know that Sigourney Weaver as Ripley is brilliant in this film, but it's the other actors that I really found to be surprisingly good, as I really rooted for their characters, and they managed to give each of them a unique, distinct personality that really shined through. The visuals helped this film immensely as well, as what could have been a very low-budget, very B-movie style is given such a wonderful staging and wonderful size that You really can't help but feel engrossed in the settings of the movie. H.R. Giger's work on the alien and the derelict spacecraft are brilliant, and you can really see why he was disturbed by his own ideas. I must say, I rather enjoyed everything about this film. All the subtle techniques that Ridley Scott employed to make the film feel grand in scope. It is quite a fascinating look. The music, done by Jerry Goldsmith, was also pretty good. Now, admittedly, when you're watching the movie, you don't even notice the score that much. But when you listen to it isolated, you realize just how terrifying it truly was. I must say, it really surprised me with how much work he put into this film. And without his score, I think we would have lost some terrifying music. So at the end of the day, the original Alien movie is brilliant. It's wonderfully paced, wonderfully timed, and you really just don't know what to expect on your first viewing. On second viewing, you get to really get engrossed in the film and its settings. I must say, every time I watch this movie, I just get goosebumps. It is truly a wonderful film. If you haven't seen it, why are you watching my show? Stop the video, go watch it, go pick up a copy, add it to your collection. Because if you don't, I will haunt you for the rest of your days. No pressure. Anyway, that's what I thought about Alien. Now that buffoon who owns this channel wants me to ask you to like and subscribe. I don't really care what you do, but that's what he asked me to tell you. Anyway, next week I will be looking at a Shudder original called The Cellar. I hope you enjoy the show. And as always, stay terrified.